Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Shafiya Nabila. I'm from TBIG Class B with student ID number 20, 52, 50, and 39. So today I here to make a video for my extensive listening final exam, and then this task is I talk about my summary from a video that I watch on YouTube. Okay, so the title that I watch on YouTube is A Simple Way to Break a Bad Habit. And then the listening resource is from TED Talks. TED. And then the reason why I chose this listening material is because everyone has habits that they want to change, such as procrastination, excessive social media use, or unhealthy lifestyle. And then I was interested in learning how mindfulness can help people break bad habits. And then this topic is practical, inspiring, and very useful for everyday life. And in addition, TED Talks are delivered by experts and provide authentic English for listening practice. And then what I do in pre-listening, first I read the title and predicted what the talk would be about, and then I prepared a notebook to write down important things, and then I thought about my own bad habits before watching the video. And then while listening, I listened carefully to the speaker's explanation, and then I took notes of the main ideas and key vocabulary. And then I used English subtitles to understand difficult words. And then sometimes I replayed some parts that were difficult to understand it. And then in post listening, I summarized the main ideas in my own words. And then I reviewed new vocabulary and expression. And then I reflected on how I could apply the speaker's advice in my daily life. And then the summary of the video. In this TED talk, Judson Brewer explains that many bad habits are formed through the brain's reward system. People often repeat unhealthy behavior because they believe these behaviors will make them feel better. And however, these habits usually do not solve the real problem. And he introduced mindfulness as an effective way to break bad habits. Instead of forcing ourselves to stop a habit, we should pay attention to what we are feeling and understand why we do it. And by becoming more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can reduce the desire to continue unhealthy behaviors. And then curiosity and awareness are more effective than self-criticism because they help us understand ourselves and make better choices. And then how this content relate to my daily life is because sometimes I spend too much time using my phone or social media, and then after listening to the speaker, I realized that changing a habit is not only about having strong willpower, but also about understanding the reason behind the habit. And how listening to the resource helps me in my extensive listening in the TED talk helps improve my extensive listening skill because I hear authentic English spoken by a native speaker. It also helps me learn new vocabulary and improve my pronunciation and understand different speaking styles. Regularly listening to TED Talks increase my confidence in understanding English without depending too much on translation. And the problem in my extensive listening is sometimes I feel so down because the native speaker speaks really fast, right? And then I'm the new one who learned the languages, it's too hard for me. And then the strategy is I listen to the is that a video or something, some listening parts more and more again and again, and then if there has a subtitle, I would love to have that because that really helps me. And then I will and then not I and then I do write them. If the vocabulary that I don't know, I write it in my notebook, and then I search the meaning for. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for watching my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.